Okay, so in today's video we'll be taking a look at Antlion Audio's Modmic Wireless. This is obviously a wireless microphone which can be used with a headset. So if you have an existing headset which has got a particularly poor microphone, or you just want to upgrade it so you've got a little bit more wireless freedom if you're using a wired mic, then this could be the perfect solution for you. On today's video we'll do an unboxing so you can see exactly what you'll get if you want to purchase one of these. We'll do some practical sound tests as well so you can hear what the difference is like between my production quality microphone and this microphone itself, and then you can make up your own mind whether you think it's suitable for you. Also, I'll be throwing in a few of my own comments and also my opinions, so feel free to take those on board if you want to. Full details of this will be in the video description below, and also there will be some affiliated links to Amazon and other retailers such as eBay if you want to pick one up. Speaking of which, if you do want to pick one up, it's not entirely cheap. Let's be completely honest with you. This is going to be possibly the first stumbling block on this before we even start the unboxing. Price-wise, at the moment, what with inflation and the way the world is, this is getting more expensive than it was on launch. Now, at the moment here in the UK, from Antlion's site themselves, this is currently retailing for £139.95 of your English pence currently. Obviously, prices will be different in various locations, so feel free to check out those links to see what the price is like in your region. But this is £140, so it's got to be pretty good. Now, effectively, from what I can see from other reviews and from what I've read up on this, in terms of its actual class of where this microphone sits into the kind of product stack, it's a relatively niche product. So it can actually command that kind of price point because it does things that other mics can't. Now, whether or not it sounds better than other mics, that is going to be down to the individual. But for this particular segment of the market, this is actually one of the better sounding microphones on the market, or at least as it seems at the moment. But you'll hear that a little bit later on. So without any further ado, let's go on and take a look at the packaging and do the unboxing. So as you can see, this is from Modmic. Nice retail packaging, like this a lot. And on the front, it talks about some of the performance things. So pure performance wireless microphone, attaches to any headphones. That's kind of a little bit misleading, not obviously any headphones. You do need a relatively good surface to actually mount the magnetic section onto. So ideally, if you've got a set of headphones with a nice flat section like this, this is going to be absolutely perfect, although it will attach to mesh headphones as well, which we've seen on Antlion's site themselves, and I've seen other YouTubers doing a similar thing. So we've also got full band audio quality. We've got aptX low latency, which they say is 5 times faster than standard Bluetooth. Now don't be misled by this. This isn't Bluetooth in the general sense of the word, so you can't just pick up a Bluetooth device and scan for it and connect to it. This is using Antlion's own proprietary version of Bluetooth. So although it actually comes with a USB receiver, it isn't a Bluetooth receiver as such, but it does kind of work on the same Bluetooth type protocols. Also, you've got two microphone modes, so there is an omnidirectional and a unidirectional mode. So if you want a more fuller sound and you want to pick up some of the things which are in the background, then you can choose the omnidirectional, which will pick up things in around you. If you want to have a more concentrated audio experience on just your vocals, then you can choose the unidirectional. Also, you've got up to a 12-hour plus lifespan of the battery built into the unit, and also there is a built-in quick mount system. On the back of the box, it goes into some of those features in a little bit more detail. It shows you the quick mute button on the front, a powerful magnetic clip, got a charging port here for micro USB, and also it goes on about the life of the battery, and it shows you the USB type A adapter. So that's that. Let's have a look and see what it's actually like inside. Now it does come in actually a pretty nice carry case. I have actually used this already a little bit, but I wanted to go through the unboxing process just so you can see exactly what you get if you were to purchase this. So you get this nice semi-hard carry case with the Antlion logo embossed into it. In the zipper case, then we get obviously all the accessories as well. So first of all, you get the read this section. So there are other accessories included in here, such as USB cables, and they do suggest that when you're actually setting this up, that you set up the USB receiver for optimum quality to have it with a line of sight. Now this is something which is slightly unusual in my opinion. Normally for most types of Bluetooth type devices, generally you can be within a 10-meter radius and the reception will be absolutely fine, and obviously the same goes for Wi-Fi. But as this is their own custom type of proprietary connection, then obviously I would take advice when they say it should be direct line of sight. I've tried it actually out of line of sight and it still appears to work exactly the same. I haven't noticed any differences, but there is also a benefit of it being line of sight, as you'll see later. Also on the back, it does say about actually how to mount the device on the headphones, but we'll take a look at that a little bit later on. So going through the rest of the packaging, first of all, there is a micro USB type charging cable. This is designed for charging the battery actually in the wireless module. Absolutely fine, actually decent quality cable. There's also a USB Type A male to female extension lead. Now this is for actually mounting the receiver. So we've got this receiver here, which has got 3 LEDs on there. There's a blue LED, a amber LED, and a red LED. And these are basically status markers. So ideally, you want this line of sight so you can actually see it. So when the device is active, you get a solid blue light. When the device is low on battery or the battery is charging, you get an amber light. And if you have muted the microphone, then you get a red light on there. So that's really handy. Again, if you're a streamer and you've got a lot of things going on, you don't want to be necessarily looking at your settings, you can just have a quick glance to the side and you can see what is going on. Now, I've deliberately set up a USB extension here, so when I plug this in, you'll be able to see it as you would normally. Next up, there is a set of stickers. Basically, this is the magnetic mounts, and also there is a USB cable clamp as well, so you can clamp that to your desk, all those kinds of things, and also a alcohol prep pad to clean the surfaces you're going to be attaching the adhesive to. Also included is a instruction pamphlet which goes through all the details and also specifications. Now specifications, we can talk about that as we actually take a look at the microphone. So this is the microphone itself, the cordless microphone. It's actually quite lightweight as well, so if you are thinking, if you put it on the side of a headphone, is it going to add a great deal of extra weight? Well, actually no, it is relatively lightweight. You've got a really nice boom on here as well. The boom is very, very well made. And when you flex it, it actually stays in position, so you can get it to exactly the right position, and it does bend really nicely and doesn't really want to bend out of position, so that's really nice. You have got on the microphone a pop filter, which is removable, which will show you both of the microphone capsules. So apparently there's 2 capsules in here. There is one which is an omnidirectional and one which is a unidirectional, and you can switch between those microphone modes by the switch actually on the mic itself, so you can see quite easily which is on. There is a circle denoting that is going to be in the omnidirectional, obviously all around. And if you want the unidirectional, there's a little indentation in that circle to show that it's actually picking up a certain polar pattern. Moving up to the top end, so this is the actual kind of the brains of the outfit. So this is the microprocessor. Inside here, there is basically an audio DAC, which is working at 16-bit, 48 kilohertz. And there is a button on there as well. So that is a multi-function button. Press it once, that will turn the device on. When the device is actually on, you can press and hold it 2 seconds, that will turn the device off. Press it briefly, it will put it into mute mode if it's already on, and if you press and hold it for more than 10 seconds, it will put it into pairing mode. Now, both the microphone and also the receiver should be factory paired as soon as you get them out of the box, but if for some reason they're not, press and hold for 10 seconds on there, press and hold for 10 seconds on there, and then the two will synchronize together. Other things of note actually on the mic itself, so on the back here we've got the really strong magnet, and it is an extremely strong magnet. You'll see from some B-roll I filmed a little bit earlier, and just holding it just close to it, it actually just sucks straight onto there, so it's an extremely strong magnet. You also got a kind of serrated edge to the plastic as well, which mates up with the other side actually on the magnet, so keeping it all nicely firm together. Although actually in reality when it's attached, there is a little bit of slop in there, which is slightly unfortunate. Maybe if they'd have made a rubberized edge to that, that would have dampened it a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Although if you're someone who is moving your head around in a very frantic fashion, you may find some of the knocking actually a little bit disturbing, and it may come through actually in your audio recordings. On the side of the device, you've got the micro USB charging port. That will give you somewhere in the region of about 12 hours of battery life. I would have liked to have seen some kind of battery level monitor on here. That would have been fantastic. Maybe press the button for a certain amount of time and you'll get a amber light flash for a certain amount of times to tell you roughly how much battery you've got left in there. But sadly, that isn't the case. All you get is a low battery warning when there is approximately an hour's left of charge. Another handy feature, if you do find that the amber light comes on whilst you're actually streaming in the middle of a game, you can, if you want to, plug in the micro USB cable. You can actually charge the device and use it at the same time. Although, if you're going to do that, you might as well use a wired device, but the option is there should you need it. So when it comes to actually attaching it to your headphones, now I'm actually using my Creative SX-Fi Airs, and these are actually perfect because they've got a really nice flat surface on the side, and as you can see, I've pre-attached this. The reason I've done that is because they do say that you should actually attach this and leave it alone for about 60 minutes just to let the actual adhesive cure. Now you can remove it and generally it will come off without leaving any marks. Obviously do be careful if you're doing that. If you do want to move it to another headset, they do actually include 2 of these little magnetic mounts, so you can put them on 2 sets of headphones, however you see fit. And they do also include an additional 2 adhesive pads as well. So if you do decide to move or change headsets, then you can do that with those extra ones included. Again, you've got some alcohol prep wipes there. As long as you use some kind of alcohol-based cleaner, you can clean off most of the residue from this, and it will leave the headphones pretty much intact. So anyway, with the magnetic section attached there, it would have been nice if the magnet would have been coloured. Maybe have some sort of black paint on it, or just grey, just so it hides it a little bit. Obviously, if you're going out and about and you're using your headset and you're not taking your wireless microphone with you, if you're walking around in the streets, then obviously that is going to be an obvious telltale sign that there is something additional on there. Not the end of the world, but would have been nice to have seen that just a little bit less obvious. To actually connect the device, it's very simple to do. All you need to do is to hold it near and it twists into place. And there we go. That is with the lower section, and you can kind of twist it however you want to. I actually think I've got that round the wrong way. Yes, I have. It should be that way round, because they do suggest to put it on the right hand side. That way you can have your micro USB charging cable pointing downwards. So rather than having the cable coming out of the top and putting more strain on the device. Now I have found actually, even with the USB cable attached, it doesn't really want to come off, although it does give you a little bit of extra wiggle. And if I wiggle the headset now, you can see there it is. A little bit of wiggle actually in the device itself, but if you're just talking normally and you're not being too frantic, you shouldn't find it too distracting. Although again, if you are moving around quite vigorously, you may find the noise of that, the clanking, will actually come through to your headphones depending on the construction, etc, etc. Obviously it's quite handy being that it is magnetic, so if you're using it and you're talking normally but then you actually want to kind of move it away for maybe drinking or eating purposes, you can just twist it into the upright position or twist it right behind so it's out of the way all entirely. So that's actually quite a nice little feature. And again, if you just want to quickly take it off, it's very easy to do so. And actually you can see how much force there is. It actually wants to pull the headphone right out. So that is a super strong magnet, it really is. And in fact, I've not tried this before, but yeah, that does seem to work. So you can actually hold the entire weight of the headphones just from that magnet. So that is how strong it actually is. So anyway, that's enough about how strong the magnet is and all the bits and pieces. The more important thing is, how does it actually sound? Well, let's get it set up and find out. Okay, so here we are. We have now got the microphone connected, and I will be switching between the two inputs. So I've got my lav mic, which is connected to my camera, and also obviously I've got the mod mic attached on the side here. As you can see, there is our wireless receiver. So that is what you would normally have looking at you, so you can see what's going on. So you can tell it's got a solid blue light on there currently, as it does on the side, which means the two devices are paired and there is a strong signal. If you press the button on the side, when you press that button, you'll find that the audio is muted, which obviously you can hear me now because I'm talking through the microphone connected to the camera. But generally, obviously, if you're streaming, that kind of thing, then you wouldn't be able to hear a thing. Press the button again, and the light goes off and you can tell that the microphone is active. So let's do some plosive tests now to see what it actually sounds like. So Peter picked a piece of pickled pepper. Peter picked a piece of pickled pepper. So hopefully the plosives are coming through quite nicely. It's one of those things where this microphone is currently set, actually I should say this is currently set into the omnidirectional mode, so this is picking up things around as well. So what I'll do now is if I actually get a keyboard, and we'll tap away on the keyboard to see what it is like for picking up surrounding noise. Okay, so this is a Silentium PC keyboard. This is using Cherry MX Browns, I believe. Yep, Cherry MX Browns. So let's type away. And this is actually quite a noisy keyboard, to be fair. Even with that headset on, I can hear them. So that is what the noise is like if you're typing away. And you'll hear this from both the mod mic and you'll also hear it from the lav mic, so you can see what the differences are like there. So that is the sound of me talking. This is the sound of me talking with the keyboard. And I'd imagine it's picking that up really well because that is an extremely noisy keyboard, well, almost to the point of cherry blues, I would have said. But anyway, so yeah, that is what the noise is like in the background. So now if I switch the microphone over into the other mode, so now the microphone is now in unidirectional mode, or essentially it is trying to reject things in the background. So let's do the same thing. So I'm talking away and now I'm typing is pretty much the same levels. I'm not too sure. Kath isn't nodding or shaking her head, so I'd imagine it is the same. So yep, this is me talking over the keyboard. Now obviously if you're gaming, you probably wouldn't be doing that sort of thing. You'd probably be doing that sort of thing, maybe. I don't know. What do I know? I'm not much of a gamer. So anyway, that is the sound difference between the two. So I'll continue recording now with it in unidirectional mode and see what it's like at picking up other things such as clicks. So that is a left click, a right click, get some idea of what the rejection is like and also the quality of the recording. So now if we head over to the lav mic, so this is the lav mic sound, and back to the mod mic so you can hear the difference between the two. There is something actually with the microphone now. It's slightly misleading. I wouldn't say it's disingenuous, but it's slightly misleading. So in the actual bump, or actually on the website, it does tell you the specification of the mod mic, and the actual DAC itself is a 16-bit 48 kilohertz receiver, but the microphone itself, the actual capsule, doesn't actually meet those standards. So the actual capsule itself, if I actually look around at the screen now, so looking at the specifications, this is on Antlion's own site. So as you can see, specifications, so the actual unit itself and the wireless receiver, it talks about what it does there. When we look at the actual microphone capsule specifications, so it's still recording at a 16-bit depth and it's still got the sample rate of 48 kilohertz. But as you can see, the response range when you're in omnidirectional mode is 50 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So that is going to take some of the kind of the bottom end off. And also if you then put it into unidirectional mode, which it is in currently, you're going to sound a little bit less bassy, but you're going to sound a little bit more condensed or a little bit more compressed, because now we've only got a frequency response range of 100 hertz to 10 kilohertz. So anyway, this has been the Antlion Audio Modmic Wireless. What do you think of it? Let us know your honest opinions in the comments section below. I'm actually really genuinely interested to hear what you guys and girls think about it. Is it something you've considered? Is it something you've got already? Do you use it on a daily basis? Let me know what you think about this one in the comments section below. But for now, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I should explain this little segment on the end of the video. Now, you would have thought that the video was all wrapped up, but actually after editing this video and going through it and looking at the waveforms, listening to the actual sound quality, I actually made some kind of misconceptions about how the cutoff points of these mic capsules would actually have the effect on the audio. And actually in editing, it seems the exact opposite is true, which is why I've cut out some of those bits. So rather than redo the whole video, I thought I'd just add this bit on the end to say that I've got to be honest with you, I am seriously blown away by the audio quality of this wireless mod mic. It sounds amazing, and it actually sounds a lot better than my lav mic, which is effectively designed for doing this kind of content. So it leaves me in a real quandary. If only I could use this as a wireless lav mic, it would be perfect. I might have to work on a way of doing that somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I would love to be able to do it because the sound quality of this is excellent. So Antlion, if you're watching this, please, 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 can you make a wireless lav version of this for me to use on a daily basis for making videos? That would be awesome. But for now, for streaming and for other content, this is going to be perfect. Watch out for Antlion in the future, and hopefully they will make a lav mic which sounds as good as this. Hopefully they will do. But anyway, I just want to add this onto the end of the video. So yeah, I am genuinely impressed. So much so that I've actually added this bit onto the end of the video. So thanks once again to Antlion for sending this out for review purposes. And I've got to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad you did, but also it's made me rethink my entire work schedule. So thanks for that. Anyway, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.